FishGuyNate here. I decided I wanted to go camping, solo camping. It's the middle of January. I'm in the mountains of Pennsylvania. As you can see, it's pretty remote. I'm just starting my hike now. Temperature was about 17 degrees. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I have a couple hours. I'm just going to set up a lean-to out of a tarp and build a fire. We'll see how it goes. Well, there's the sun, so I know I'm heading northwest. It's important to know that before you set out too deep in the woods. As you can see, it's pretty thick here. A lot of boulders. You got to traverse. Be careful. I don't want to break my ankle or sprain it. That'd be pretty bad. And here's a game trail. Follow that for a while. Oh, this is pretty. Check this out. Got some mountain laurel over there. A lot of boulders. I want to follow this creek for a little bit. So my pack's not too heavy. It's probably 35 pounds. Most of that's the weight of a 0-degree sleeping bag, which I don't have a compression sack for. So it's just shoved in the bag. It takes up a lot of volume. It's a 100-liter pack, and it's pretty full. It's definitely not a hiking pack to do this all day, but it served me well for years. It's always good to remember like distinguished features when you're walking in the woods. Like that branch, check that out. It's like a saddle. It's important, so you'll recognize them later if you're coming back out, or if you had to evacuate in the middle of the night for whatever reason. Features like that you might be able to see with the flashlight. It'd be tough, but better than just a small game trail or something like that. Should I set up camp here? See this little hole in these rocks? Maybe something will crawl out in the middle of the night, eat me. That's pretty cool. I have no idea if that's occupied. Maybe a hibernating bear. I doubt it. They usually burrow into the ground, in the soil on a ledge or a rotten stump. It's quite challenging trying to find a plot of land that is flat for me to lay on. If I do find one, not finding many trees that I could pitch my lean-to up against. It's all the same rocks, ferns, a lot of widowmakers. Those are the tree tops that are rotten, that'll fall off and crush you in the middle of the night when the wind blows. You gotta always watch out for them. You want to see which way the wind's really blowing? Watch that jet stream. See how it's passing? It's blowing over the trees. I can't really feel the wind down here because this mountain's blocking it. But that's coming from the northwest, so that makes sense. So I basically just did a bowline knot on the grommets, a clove hitch on the stick, a taut line down here. I made some stakes. I just put a weight on this line here. I'm just tied to a tree. When I go to bed, I'll put more weight on here, drop this down, and I'll lay this stick down and give me a little bit of windbreak. The wind has been shifting, running down this valley, coming from this direction, and then next time it blows, it comes from the opposite direction, from the direct west. So I'm not sure what it's going to be like tonight. I'm probably going to put my fire right here, put a wet log here or something, a rock maybe, keeping the ashes from rolling and burning my rope. But I'm going to go gather some firewood now. So I picked this spot to camp in, quickly set up a lean-to, gathered a little bit of wood, as you can see. I'm by myself. I have absolutely no cell phone service. I'm only about a mile in. I didn't want to go in any further. It's a little bit too risky this time of year with no contact to anyone else. Now I'll spend the rest of my time getting kindling and firewood to get me going through the night. I try to get a couple different varieties of species of wood for kindling and tinder. They all have different BTUs for their flash point. I'll be more successful with a variety of different woods like that. I'm gonna need a pretty big pile of wood, and then I'll have a backup pile inside my lean-to in case my fire goes out in the middle of the night or for first thing in the morning. You want to find wood off the ground, this is perfect. So it turns out there's a rock right where I wanted to put my fire. I gotta move it. It's sandstone. Sandstone will explode with fire and water. So I've been working on this for the last 20 minutes. Check this out. I'm out getting wood with this cool thing. I don't see any animal tracks. I don't see any scat. Look pretty cool. Remember, mix the wood. Give this a whirl. Only have a couple matches. Those are fire sticks. These are all those pieces of wood from the top of that split tree. Dry, they stand straight up, the rain runs right down them. Perfect, and you're in the woods. Look for them, they're easy to find. Some of them are paper thin. That's what I was batoning down to a toothpick size. I found another log. I broke it and it splintered. I used that as my base. It was ideal in this pit to get airflow underneath. Held everything up, suspended. I was able to put my match right underneath there. Worked out pretty good. I'm just going to continue to feed this for a little bit. Now that's a nice fire. What is that warm? It feels good. I pulled this corner down. The heat's coming in and rising up. For dinner I have just a simple can of chicken and a package of powder mix gravy. Just add a cup of water and a little cast iron skillet I bought at a yard sale and cleaned up, seasoned it. That's more than enough food. What in the world is that? Look, some nut job is out here in the middle of the woods camping. Way down there. Crazy person. Pretty big hill, keeps on going, goes up and up and up. The sun is going down, down, down. I don't know if you were out in the middle of the woods and you saw someone camping like that all by themselves, would you approach them? There's my chicken and gravy. Looks pretty good. Pretty excited. Alright, so my food's done. Turned out pretty good. I used a half cup of gravy and a whole can of chicken. Looks good, let me show you. Check that out. Might look like dog food on the cell phone here, but let me tell you, that looks pretty good to me. Well, it's morning time. What a night. I wasn't cold. I wasn't uncomfortable. I actually slept like a baby. You know, waking up every 45 minutes. The coyotes were something else. They were all over the place. It was neat. It would start with one barking like a dog, and then there would be a harmony of a dozen or more with their squealing. It was unnerving. I kept the fire going all night, so I was up tossing wood on that. It's not raining. That's like sleet and hail. Hear it? And it got windy in the middle of the night. Well, maybe about 3 in the morning. It got windy. But I built my shelter the right way, and the wind was coming from my back, so it would have been pretty miserable any other way. Now I'm gonna get packed up here. It's actually 7 in the morning. Just so overcast. It's dark looking there. I'm just packing up now. I kicked the fire down. I pulled out my trash. I'll take that with me. I'll flip that rock down. Leave no trace. I'll stack this wood up. See, that was the snow. I forgot to mention this ridge line that I run underneath. I just connect it with a timber hitch on this side and then a taut line over there. It is cold this morning. My hands are cold. Just about packed up here. I'm all packed up and on my way out. What a fun experience. I'll tell you, the coyotes were a little nerve-wracking though. You can say you're not afraid of them, but when you hear them doing their songs with each other and they're really close to you, you have to wonder, how hungry are they, or what are they up to? Anyway, those are the thoughts you think when you're in your sleeping bag and the fire's out. At one time I had to throw a little extra bundle of tinder and stir up the coals to get it going again. You can never have too much tinder. So I got about a mile hike here and I'll be done. There's the creek down that way. All right, well, my battery's almost dead. Call this a wrap. FishGuyNate signing out.